Kevin Garnett is getting his way tonight.
Unbelievable. This kid is playing out of his mind.
Guess what, folks? That's going to do it. We're going to have a 1-1 series going to Minnesota.
The Spurs' precious home court advantage had slipped away.
I think that there was a little bit of nervousness there. Like, what are we doing here? Are we doing this thing again?
I felt bad about our team's approach to game two, and if we want to get where we all been talking about we want to get, we can't approach no game against no team the way we play game two.
With the Timberwolves and their own history of postseason failures conspiring to weaken them, the Spurs looked to each other for strength.
We knew we had to go out there and not pointing fingers, not worry about things, just going out there and trying to get it done.
What they needed was the toughness to go with their talent. And inspired by playoff warrior Mario Elliott, the Spurs made sure that their toughness would never be questioned again.
Boy, did he take a belt.
This guy, Mario Elliott, is as tough as they come.
Mario was the guy who liked to be real vocal. He would let people know that he had been there before and he knew what it takes. What he did was he helped our team honestly believe down in their gut, we feel as a group we can do it.
And boy, Joe Smith, that really got mean. And you don't see David Robinson this angry very often.
In Minnesota, the guy smacked the ball out of Dave's hands. And I got in his face. I said, Dave, if you want the ball, you better start dunking.
Robinson eludes Garrett up top, goes to the summit, and packs his own missed shot with a left hand.
And the next 4 plays, he got 4 dunks, and he just went on a tear after that.
Top to Duncan, look at the feed to Robinson, whirls to the glass. Now the Spurs are starting to execute.
The big guys are just dominating the game. David, Duncan, they are devouring this team.
You can see the team's confidence build, where we thought we could compete with anybody at that point.
The Spurs would go on to dominate the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
There's Tim Duncan for the rebuke.
Underscoring their new resolve, they emphatically ended the series in 4 games.
They've got their game back, they got their confidence, they truly believe now.
The San Antonio Spurs have won the first round series 3 games to 1.
In the Western Conference semifinals, the Los Angeles Lakers brought some of the NBA's best individual talent into town. The Lakers had won 7 of their last 8 against the Spurs, powered by Shaquille O'Neal.
We had not had very much success against him. He's the guy that frankly just kicked our butt. They knew that to play against him, especially at the defensive end of the floor, that they were going to have to really cooperate with one another.
From the first quarter of Game 1, the Spurs ganged up on the Lakers' one-man gang.
Shaq hasn't scored. He's getting a workout physically.
With Shaq wearing down, the Lakers went down with him. But the Spurs were just getting warmed up, unleashing the kind of total team effort that was becoming a hallmark of their success.
I know what to expect. I know I can count on Avery to bring his game. I know I can count on Sean to bring his game. Mario's going to come in and give us good defense. And the guys coming off the bench, Malik and Jerome, are going to give us great energy.
Jerome Kersey with the ball and fires it up and it's a 3.
I think it's just the trust factor is just so high on this team, and we just believe in each other.
The Spurs team concept secured a victory in Game 1. But when Game 2 was on the line, the team put its trust in one man. Down by 1 with seconds left, they gave Tim Duncan the ball.
I was on the bench, and I told Tim, hey, I said, I'm coming to you, big fella. He said, okay, I'll be ready. I'm going to make this one.
The Spurs trying to score a basket to win it. Looks down low. There's Tim. 11 seconds left. Backing in. Turns. Jump hook. Good. Tim Duncan popped the winning basket.
It's a great feeling for the team and the coach to have such confidence in you to give you the ball in those situations. Getting that one out of the way, our confidence just took off.
For Game 3, the Spurs borrowed the best of Games 1 and 2, looking again to Duncan to put the Lakers down.
Here's Avery Johnson running the break to Duncan. Look at that play.
And finishing them off with the bench. This time, it was Jaren Jackson who delivered the decisive blow.
Jackson takes the outside jumper. Good!
The top player, David and Tim, can believe in the guy that's sitting on the bench, deep down in the bench. If he comes to the game and he can produce. And that's what a team play is all about.
Out to Jackson, a three, bang!
Jaren Jackson in the clutch.
That will take the air out of a team real quickly.
After 22 points in Game 3, Jackson added 20 more in Game 4.
Jaren Jackson raised his arms high as that ball went through the net.
I was just so happy to be in that spotlight at that time and on that particular floor to be able to shine like that. It was just so fulfilling.
The Spurs' shocking 4-game sweep literally brought the house down in L.A. Game 4 would be the last ever played at the Great Western Forum.
Jackson puts the Lakers away.
And the San Antonio Spurs have swept aside the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference semifinals. And they did it convincingly.
Forearm is shut down. I feel great because the forearm is shut down for the last time.
Fresh from eliminating the powerful Utah Jazz, the Portland Trailblazers were on a roll. They were also the last obstacle standing between San Antonio and the finals.
I think we're a younger ball club, so we don't know what to expect. You know, we just, over there they got Mario, Elliott. It's 1-2 timers. You got David Robinson who's been there, Avery who played in it, Sean Elliott, all of them guys have been in it, so their faces like this. This is us. Man, we lose, look.
The Blazers may have been loose, but the Spurs were ready, and it showed.
Elliott baseline left underneath, reverse layup is in.
Avery Johnson finds a path and then lays it off for Robinson.
I see some early determination on the part of the Spurs.
Though Rasheed Wallace would finally wake the Blazers in the second half, they would still come up short.
11 seconds. Anthony went away from the pick, comes back to Wallace. Long outside jumper. Rimming no. And the rebound to Elliott. The ball went over the backboard, out of bounds to San Antonio.
Game 1 belonged to San Antonio, but the Blazers seemed unfazed.
We just knew that we made some mistakes and we didn't execute well. So we're sorry we lost, but we know we can play with this team. We know we can beat this team.
In Game 2, Portland came out with vengeance on their minds.
Leaves it for Sabonis out front, into Grant, low right, fakes underneath, lays it up with the left hand, it's in. It's a much more aggressive Portland team. Avery Johnson puts the pass into Robinson, low right, back to Avery, down the lane. Now to Kersey off the dive. He's smothered by Walt Williams, and a steal. Stoudemire comes to the ball off to the right. He's guarded by Avery Johnson. Angles left of the dribble, takes it baseline left to the hoop and lays it in. 27-14, biggest lead for Portland.
Frustration setting in a little bit right now for the Spurs.
On the turnover, back come the Trailblazers. Stoudemire again. Does he feel it or what? And San Antonio has to call a timeout, trailing by 18, their biggest deficit.
It was a funny air about the whole game. It's like we were down 18, but we never felt like we were out. As we knew if we could just string together some stops and start getting our execution on offense under control, we would be all right.
The guy who really is going to have to start playing right now for San Antonio is Sean Elliott. On the perimeter, he can score. They have got to get something from him.
Speak of the devil. There it is.
Duncan fires to A.J. Down the middle, A.J. to Mario Elliott.
In transition, Elliott lays it in. Over the top of Sabonis. They're going to have to take a timeout. Portland does.
This team is so resilient down the stretch, and we just never give up. We feel when the game is close, the last 3 minutes of the game, we feel we're going to win every game.
Outside Dave, three-pointer, Sean Elliott baseline, bang! A 17-2 run by the Spurs and a 20-second timeout by the Blazers.
But like Portland in Game 1, the Spurs seem to have begun their comeback just a little too late.
12 seconds left in regulation, and the Trailblazers still hanging on by 2.
If you're a Trailblazer or a Trailblazer fan, you've got to feel good about this. This is where you wanted to be. And now San Antonio is trying to survive with 12 seconds to go.
Duncan, Elliott, Robinson, and Kerr on the floor. Elliott will throw it in. Into Sean Elliott. He fires the three.
Oh, San Antonio takes the lead. The 6th three-pointer today for Sean Elliott. Sean Elliott! The San Antonio Spurs have taken the lead for the first time in the game. Remember, they were down 18 points earlier in the third quarter.
San Antonio's only lead is the final score.
The San Antonio Spurs have taken a 2-0 lead with a remarkable come-from-behind win.
When he hit the shot, I just remember thinking, you know, we're destined to win it this year. You know, because shots like that just don't happen, you know, to any team or to everybody.
Look at his feet here. It looks like he's falling out of bounds. And he gathers himself. His heels actually are out of bounds, but they don't touch the line because they're off the ground.
I'm pretty sure that they thought they had this game in the bag. So for us to be able to come back and win, it's got to break their back a little bit.
Portland's early confidence had evaporated, and so had their chances. Playing with quiet resolve, the Spurs would wrap up another resounding sweep.
A superb performance by this San Antonio team.
The Spurs are just the better team. And right now, the Spurs are the league's best team.
Having won an incredible 10 of 11 playoff games, they ensured that no one would underestimate them again.
The San Antonio Spurs closing in on franchise history. I think they can taste it now.
Feels good, but, you know, still more out. I'm excited, but we got to reach our goal.
This is the hardest fall coming up.
Right.
11 down, 4 to go for David Robinson and the Spurs.
For the first time ever, the Spurs are going to the NBA Finals.
I got a team with me that is I'm just very proud of. I think we have grown up a lot, and I think we're even going to get better as the finals go on. But you know, we feel very good about what we've been able to accomplish, and we got our sights set on the next goal.
While the Spurs started and finished the playoffs on top in the West, back east, the basketball world had turned upside down.
Houston ducks under, got it! And the New York Knicks have become the second #8 team in NBA history to knock off a #1.
Even without their injured star center Patrick Ewing, the Knicks stunned the heavily favored Indiana Pacers in the conference finals.
Inside of 10 seconds to go. Antonio is there. Johnson fires, fouled, hit it!
Oh, he hit it! He hit it!
It's unbelievable!
And dreams do come true. And the New York Knicks are going to San Antonio to the NBA Finals.
Good evening, everyone. From the Alamo Dome, the San Antonio Spurs, the New York Knicks in Game 1.
The San Antonio Spurs, they were expected to be here.
Open doors!
But then the improbable New York Knickerbockers. An 8th seed advancing all the way to the NBA Finals. That's never been done.
No. Which is the team of destiny?
The Spurs are the first former NBA team to ever make it this far.
1, 2, 3,
And the ceremonial first ball will be with a red, white, and blue ball. And the tremendous hand for George Gervin.
Go after it right now. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the NBA Finals.
It was a battle of the Knicks' speed against the Spurs' size.
Bounce pass to Duncan. Jump shot is up and in. And San Antonio buries its first shot.
And in the first quarter of Game 1, the Spurs had the look of a Goliath against the Knicks' swarming David.
Here's Sprewell, looks for open floor. Sprewell fakes the outside shot. Left baseline, high arc, good. And the Knicks on fire here. Looking for Duncan. Johnson's pass knocked away. Houston comes out of the pack with the steal. They run the break, and Ward finishes it.
New York go on a dynamic run, leading it 27-21.